Hola, ¿qué pasa, gente de YouTube? ¿Cómo estáis? ¿Aquí me veis? Sí, NBA 2K13. Y bueno, este es el reto que me mandó AXEELGFX, que era yo jugar con los Mavericks, con Dallas Mavericks, contra los Lakers, Los Ángeles Lakers. Un partido, la verdad, muy chungo, ya que la dificultad que me dijo que hiciese era media máxima. Le he puesto en dificultad pro, que era la anterior a la máxima. Así que bueno, gente, espero que os guste. Os dejo con este pequeño vídeo y venga, al partido. Así que gracias por ver el vídeo y nos vemos pronto. Hasta luego.
And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball here with Carmelo against Steve Kerr. I'm Kevin Harlan. And time now to take a quick look at our State Farm lineup. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Dwight Howard in this one?
Yeah, probably the most dominant defensive presence in the league today. Actually, there's no question about it. He is. Covers so much ground. He's big. He can jump. He anticipates. He just changes the entire team's defensive outlook when he's on the floor.
Yeah, steals, rebounds, and most dramatically blocks shots. He brings an athleticism, does Howard, to the center position that we've not seen in a long time.
A shot by Marion, no good. Mavericks on D. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Rick Carlisle. Doris?
They are going up against arguably the toughest center the NBA has to offer in Dwight Howard. One problem that Howard poses is his ability to send shots away on the defensive end. He told his players to be fearless and not think twice about taking shots, saying, a lot of the D Howard plays is mental. He just has shooters second-guessing. He might have them third-guessing, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. That's good from Mayo.
Well, you think about the Lakers a year ago, I think the thing that bothered them was they just never could win consistently on the road. They controlled their home court, but on the road it was a different story.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. And you look back at last season, and Steve was just touching on it, the Lakers just really had trouble when they left LA on the road. They just couldn't bring it together.
Kevin, they ended up with a 15-18 road record on the year. First time in about 5 seasons that they haven't had a winning record on the road.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, the West can be a real difficult conference to navigate. And even though they were coming off a title run, the Mavericks had a lot of trouble finishing over 500 within the conference.
And it's Marion. That time on the assist by Keenan.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
1:41 left to play here in the first. Kobe against Mayo. Kobe goes in from 10 feet out. And that one's good. And you see it with the West. The first step is just to make it into the playoffs, which the Mavs did. And once there, they felt that anything can happen. Unfortunately, they got swept. But, Steve, I guess that was the thing about last year, just getting healthy into the playoff picture.
Yeah, but what was interesting about that sweep against Oklahoma City, Kevin, was that Dallas really should have won the first 2 games on the road in Oklahoma City. But close games, close losses, and then everything sort of slipped away from there.
Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Nash against Collison. Tries for the alley-oop. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Boy, that was a heck of a catch on that pass, and then to lay it up and in, all in one motion.
That's about as graceful as it gets, huh?
Splendid.
And I like that he just went with a simple layup instead of trying to do anything too fancy. He just got the job done.
Nowitzki outside. Takes the 3. A rebound by the Lakers. Right side, world peace. It's hauled in by Nowitzki. The Mavericks trailing. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Mayo's running. Good on the 7-footer. Mayo's got 7. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Collison against Nash. Howard hits to Gasol. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Now Collison with the lead pass. Here's Marion. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. Oh, nice. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
So with Kobe sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. We've got Jody Meeks, Antoine Jamison out there with Barnes. Then there's Howard, and it's Blake in at the one.
And, of course, the Lakers shipped off Lamar Odom before last season started and just got a late first-round pick from Dallas in return. Not exactly what you would expect in terms of, a player of Lamar Odom's caliber. You'd think they could have done better with that deal.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, guys. Well, it's interesting to hear about how Dirk Nowitzki's game has developed in the NBA. He said, when I first came in, I was basically a spot-up shooter. And when people switched the screens, they took my jumper away, and then my game was nothing. So I had to work every offseason on off-the-dribble moves and at least getting comfortable in the post where I can turn over both shoulders. So it's been a piece of work, and I'm going to keep working till it's over. Kevin, he's turned himself into a formidable player.
Thanks, Doris.
Tremendous dedication to the game. It's great to remember just how far he's come.
The Lakers ended up being fine with how they played, but really, as you said, it seems like they missed out on getting more in return.
Yeah, the whole trade appeared to be sort of a panic move. I mean, they didn't play well early, but ultimately adjusted. And I think that trade definitely hurt them early last season.
The shot's good from Gasol. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, one thing you can always count on with Dallas is that they're going to be tough to beat at home. That crowd they fill up the arena every single night. They love their team. And, of course, coming off the championship year of 2011, they'll be streaming through the turnstiles for many years to come in Dallas.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gasol. World Peace comes in for Antoine Jamison. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Marion, covered by Barnes. Here's Brand. Howard down the dump.
Yeah, he's giving that breakaway rim a workout.
Yeah, he powered it down and then hung around.
Strong finish, and he just wanted to sit there and savor it for a second.
Lakers leading by 3. Dallas really does love their Mavs, and this place can get absolutely crazy when the Mavs, Clark, are playing well.
And, Kevin, that has happened quite a lot recently. I mean, they won the title the year before last, and the Mavericks always seem to have a good home record, and last year no different. I mean, 23-10 in their home games last season.
Some changes for the Lakers. Antoine Jamison's checked in for Barnes. Jody Meeks comes in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash.
You let a guy sneak by for a putback, that's going to drive a coach crazy.
Here is Carter. Antoine Jamison picking up that last bucket. No good from Brand.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Howard, that's good. Mavericks trailed by 8. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Knocked away. Tries to keep it alive. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And some changes here for the Lakers. Pau Gasol is checked in for Howard. Barnes comes in for Antoine Jamison. And Kobe is subbed in for Jody Meeks. Dallas, no good that time either. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Blake, guarded by Marion. Shoots it up. Kobe, no luck.
Boy, excellent job that time staying on him. Airtight saran wrap defense there.
And we finished one half of basketball. Lakers ahead. They're up by 8.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's time.
Beautiful view here flying north of the city of Dallas, Texas, as we welcome you back. One guy who's been getting it done is O.J. Mayo.
Now, it's been nothing but positive for this team. The way he's been really selective with his shot making. He's been very unselfish. I think this has been an efficient performance for him.
I agree with you, Steve. Very few questionable decisions, if any, from him, as he has always looked for the best shot every trip down the floor. I mean, I like the fact that he's judicious in his approach.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, the forwards Sean Marion and Dirk Nowitzki. Mayo out there with Collison, and it's Kaman in at the pivot, manning the middle.
Well, and guys, with Kobe, it's all about the ability to create his own shot wherever and whenever he wants. And he does it with a combination of size, speed, and tremendous footwork.
Yeah, Steve, but it doesn't end there. I mean, even if you do manage to stick with him and get a hand in his face, it really doesn't matter. Hands just don't seem to bother him at all. His concentration level and confidence at such a high mark. Once he gets it going, there's really no slowing him down.
Here's Kobe, following the basket by O.J. Mayo. Kobe passes to World Peace. Mavericks with the rebound. Marion's got his third rebound on the night.
You know, not a lot of people knew what to make of the Lakers last season. I mean, first year with Mike Brown as the head coach, an aging group, a maturing group, if you will. But they showed they still have that Laker magic at times.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Back to the Lakers, they struggled at times, but by the end of the season, Steve, they looked just as good as any team in contention for the title.
Well, you knew that, it was going to take some time with the new coach as they put everything together. But defensively, that team was really good all season long. Offensively, they had their growing pains, but by the end of the year, I thought they had kicked it into gear pretty well.
Now that's how you execute an alley-oop there, fellas.
And with an exclamation point, too, on the finish, throwing it down hard.
What a terrific play on both ends.
Now here's Nowitzki, looking for his first bucket of the game. That's good.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. How about trying, guys?
Gasol against Nowitzki. Bryant, good. Kobe's got 9 points.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
You know, when you think about the history of the Lakers, obviously some phenomenal talent, Jerry West, Magic Johnson. You know, you can talk about the big fella with the sky hook, but Kobe Bryant, I mean, you could make the argument that he is the greatest Laker of all time. Think about that.
Wow. Passes the court. The tray. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Lakers leading by 4.
I'd like to see a 2-for-1 situation here, Clark.
I agree. I think it's always good to give yourself that last shot.
Big thought there, Steve, on Kobe Bryant. I tend to agree, potentially the greatest Laker of all time. Clark, what do you see?
Well, I'd have to put him right there at the top of the heap. I mean, they've got such a storied history of great players. But Kobe would be, in my mind, at the top of the list.
And here's Nash. Darren Collison with the triple. Nash drives in. He dishes it to Jamison. Pass to Gasol. The dish to Howard. The baseline J off the mark. Here comes Carter. West kicks to Kaman for the lead. The shot is off.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally flattened the defense on him.
And at the close of the
Your Mavericks. The Lakers.
The Lakers in the lead. So with Nash sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. Steve Blake is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Howard. Then there's World Peace, and it's Barnes in at the 4. And Meeks kicks to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots it. They get it again. There's the pass to World Peace. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Carter. The Maverick shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Kaman comes in for Elton Brand. And it's Nowitzki in for Vince Carter. The Lakers also changing it up. Pau Gasol is checked in for Howard. Kobe comes in for Meeks. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Now here's Collison to take the lead. And the rebound goes to Nash. Nash has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And stolen by Mayo. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. And that's now 11 points for O.J. Mayo. Kobe against Mayo. Good work defensively by Marion.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Not loose. Stolen by World Peace. And it's the Lakers on the break. Nash over Marion. Oh, that's blocked. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Carter's checked in. The Lakers also with the sub. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Meta World Peace.
Boy, he's been so dependable here in this game. Really playing well offensively.
Carter dishes to Mayo. And the layup is good. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Terrible defense for both teams. Just atrocious.
Yeah, it's been awful, Steve. I don't know any other way to say it, and I'm sure both teams will get an earful from their coaches.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game. Kobe, the pass to Nash. It's taken away by Collison. Mayo kicks to Carter. Kicks it to Marion. Dallas moving it around. Nowitzki dishes to Carter. Back to Nowitzki. Dishes to Carter. Open look. It's in!
And that had to feel good.
Yeah, he exhaled as that one went down.
Mayo against Kobe. Gasol. Count it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Somebody set a fire under Pau Gasol.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit. That's how you get the crowd on its feet. Huge bucket.
They've been waiting for that one, guys.
And the Lakers making a change here. Kanan's checked in. The Lakers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. Bryant buries it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. What a difference in this crowd right now, Clark.
Yeah, they're breathless, nervous, and quiet.
Yeah, it is quiet time, Clark. You got that right. That was a huge shot.
The kick out to Mayo. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Nowitzki. Now the feed to Collison. And stolen by Nash. And he commits the intentional foul.
Y bueno, ya que está llegando casi al fin del vídeo, veis aquí un 35-36, voy ganando por un punto. Kobe Bryant, que nunca falla, tira su primer tiro libre. Después tira su segundo. Aquí veis, se seca las manos y mira. Tira su segundo y también encesta por muy poco. Así que bueno, es hora de tomar el tiempo muerto y jugarse una jugada. Así que os dejo aquí con la pequeña jugada. Corta ahí porque hice los cambios, así que mira. Le va Carman. Triple de colisión. Triple. Y aquí lo veis que gano con 0,5 segundos. En medio segundo consigo meter un triple. Un pedazo de triple que me vale el partido. Así que bueno, gente, espero que me mandéis vuestros retos en el siguiente, en este vídeo. Que me mandéis otro reto como me mandó Axel, jugando con un equipo. Y bueno, espero que os haya gustado. Muchas gracias por ver el vídeo. Dale a like, favoritos y venga, hasta luego.